In 2018, a violent rainstorm swept across the Nevada desert. At exactly 1:27 a.m., a tired traveler was driving down a lonely highway looking for somewhere to spend the night. That's when he saw it, an old roadside hotel standing alone in the darkness. Its flickering neon sign read, Silver Creek Hotel. The strange thing was, he had traveled this route many times before, yet he had never seen the hotel. Not once, but exhausted and desperate for rest, he pulled into the parking lot. He had no idea that by sunrise, the hotel would no longer exist. The lobby was completely silent. No guests, no music, no sound, except the ticking of an old wall clock. Behind the reception desk sat an elderly man. Without even looking up, he said, "Room 307. The traveler frowned. He hadn't asked for a room yet. Yet the old man slowly slid a rusted key across the desk. Room 307. Something felt wrong, but he ignored it. The third-floor hallway seemed endless. Flickering lights buzzed overhead. The carpet looked decades old, and at the very end of the corridor, room 307, he unlocked the door and stepped inside. The room looked normal enough. An old television, a small bed, a window overlooking the storm. Nothing unusual. Within minutes, he fell asleep. At exactly 3:14 a.m., the telephone beside his bed rang. Turr, turr, turr. Half asleep, he answered. For several seconds, nobody spoke. Then a terrified female voice whispered, "Leave now." The traveler sat upright. "Who is this?" The woman sounded desperate, almost panicked. Then she screamed, "Room 307 doesn't exist." The line went dead. A few moments later, a knock echoed through the room. Tuck, tuck, tuck. The traveler froze. Slowly, he walked toward the door. Looking through the peephole, he expected to see another guest. Instead, the hallway was empty. Completely empty. But something had changed. The corridor no longer looked the same. The wallpaper was rotting. The lights were broken. The walls looked decades older, as if the hotel had suddenly aged 100 years. Unable to ignore his curiosity, he stepped outside. The hallway seemed darker now, colder. At the far end, he found the lobby. But it wasn't the lobby he had entered earlier. Dust covered every surface. Furniture lay overturned. Newspapers were scattered across the floor. The hotel looked abandoned, as if nobody had been there for years. One newspaper caught his attention. He picked it up. The headline made his blood run cold. Deadly hotel fire claims 7 lives. The date was October 17th, 2006. The photograph showed the exact same hotel, Silver Creek Hotel, destroyed by fire. His hands trembled. Then he noticed something behind the reception desk, an old blueprint of the hotel. Using his flashlight, he examined the floor plan. Room 301, 302, 303, 304, 305, 306, 308, 309. He checked again, then a third time. Room 307 wasn't there. It never appeared anywhere on the blueprint. Room 307 did not exist. Terrified, he followed a staircase leading into the basement. There, he discovered an old surveillance room. Several dusty monitors still flickered with static. He rewound the security footage from earlier that night. What he saw nearly stopped his heart. When he entered the lobby, there had been no receptionist, no elderly man, nobody behind the desk. The footage showed him standing completely alone, talking to empty air, then reaching forward. and taking a key from an empty counter. At sunrise, a passing driver found an abandoned car parked beside the highway. The traveler's belongings were still inside. His wallet, his phone, his luggage, but the traveler himself was gone. He was never seen again. Police searched the area for weeks. No body was ever found. No evidence, no clues, nothing. But investigators uncovered one final detail. Silver Creek Hotel had burned down in 2006. After the fire, the entire structure was demolished. The hotel no longer existed. It hadn't existed for 12 years. Yet beside the abandoned car, police discovered a single rusted room key attached to a metal tag stamped with one number, 307. Ikikino. And to this day, nobody knows where the traveler went. Ikithing new.